all think of the speeches you heard today?
Woo! Very nice.
I have to say they were also pretty amazing. I learned a lot about man's middle school, child labor, communications, and bullying. Pretty interesting topics. But now, the moment you've probably all been waiting for, dun dun dun, the chief guest. Parveen Minocha, our chief guest, is the current president of Eka Vidyalaya's New England chapter. Since her involvement with ECA, she has mobilized the team, worked towards raising awareness for ECA, and motivating the youth for this cause. And she is a gold medalist from the Baroda MS University, and from faculty in technology engineering, and she's a software development manager at Burlington, Massachusetts, where we are right now. And her team works and builds planning software for retailers, and she was a finalist in the India New England Woman of 2016 and received an award for her dedication to bringing education to India, and a committed team of under her leadership in New England chapter, she released the EYL, which is the ECA Youth Leaders Program, which is a committed team that supports the numerous successful projects of ECA, a gift to one child, one school, and one village at a time across rural India. And no, I did not search up on the internet to find all these facts. My source was British, Uncle.
My source was hers.
And yeah. Now please give a nice, warm welcome to Parveen Minocha.
Yeah.
And look here, please. Have it here.
Thank you so much. I'm a little nervous to take the stage because these kids, their bar is like way up right there. So let me see what I learned. This was my best public speaking experience session today. So am I being heard properly? Yes. Is this the right spot to be in?
Yeah.
This is my space I need to pace in. To interact with the audience. Yes?
Children will tell you, not
Yes, and then the highlights that I'm going to talk about. So far, so good?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Zayna, for that wonderful introduction. I know it was a little hard to catch up on all the things that I do in my life, but you did good justice to it. And thank you, Parishji, for giving me this opportunity to be part of this, wonderful event, education, and anything that works with, the growth of our children. It's very close to my heart. So today, this is very nostalgic for me, thinking about from where we started in our school, and it reminded me of my very first public speaking experience. Pretty much the same age, right, 5th, 6th grade. So back in those days, wish we had the circles of growth, so we would have used some professional help. But teachers would pick students. Oh, this one seems to have a bit of talent. Throw them under the bus and go swim. So our schools used to have these group houses, right? As we used to call it. Aryabhat and so on, all the great scientists. I was in one of the school houses, and this is an inter-school debate competition. And at that time, probably we used to use the word extempore, which later in my life I learned the right pronunciation is extempore, right? So 15 minutes, you get a topic, and then you have to speak for a minute on it. My God, that was the longest 1 minute of my life. That's what I remember. It's hard, right? Your heart is pounding, your knees are buckling. But I'm looking at these kids talking today. They are at ease. So Pareshji, excellent mentoring over here. And you guys, this is a life skill, right? And you're starting at this age. So very impressive. The content that you prepared, beautiful. I had so much to learn today. Your body language, your interaction with the audience. I mean, I commend you all. I think they're ready to be graduated, right?
Yes.
Please give yourself a applause.
But tell a little more about ECAL.
I will. It's on my to-do. So you're building more on this public speaking again. So my daughter in her middle school, she was part of the speech team, and they used to compete for the Massachusetts Middle School Forensic League. So awesome platform if you guys have the opportunity, build on it. So what this is also allowing you to do is, basically be nirbhaya, right? Which is a Hindi word, means fearless. You're overcoming many of your mostly mental blocks, right? As you come here. Like this morning, I think Varun overcome his tying the tie and tucking in his shirt, right? Big thing, a big change. And he accepted it. So these kids, right, I volunteered for Ekal Vidya. I know what do we say, as Parishti says, mortgage earning job is with Oracle, but my other passion is Ekal. And Ekal in Hindi is Ekal Vidyalaya, single teacher schools. So last year, my family had the opportunity to visit some of these schools. So these schools are in real, rural, remote India. So the schools we visited were in their Gujarat, the state of Gujarat, and tribal areas. We grew up in India, we thought we knew a lot, but hey, I had never visited a village like that. So I'll describe a little. So we started from Baroda. We're on this express highway, right? So India is developing. Every time you go back, a lot of good changes happen. So these high-speed express highways, we start our journey. Later on, we get onto the national highway. So all the high speed is gone. Now it's from there, we get down to a single lane road. And I'm like, where are we going? Right, so the population is left behind. And my daughter, she is anxious. By the way, now she's in her second year of college at BU. So, as you said, right, the mode of communication very popular with teens. Her phone was still with her, and she's like, she didn't know what to expect from this trip, right? She was like, oh, I'm busy, still texting, using your mode of communication, as you said, right? And then the road also disappeared. We are in this place in the middle of nowhere. We're looking around. There are jungles, forests, and nothing else.
Did you have signal to do your texting?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
And then, no cell phone service, right? And this girl is like, oh my God, my world is over. What do I do, Mom? I said, put that phone away, So, Ekal has this beautiful program they call One Yatra. Next time anyone's visiting India, please go and visit such a village. So then they had the karyakartas there, or the volunteers who helped us, right? We couldn't navigate. So there's this guy waiting on his motorcycle, said, follow me, and there we are on that Kacha road behind him. So that's the day with no phones, nothing. And of course, this is Gujarat, so the children mostly speak Gujarati. I know a little because I spent many years at MS University, so others are zero. Now my daughter is really anxious, right? We meet this bunch of kids. Oh my God, what an experience. They are just happy looking, young kids like ours, full of life. So we get to know a little about them. This girl, she's like, how do I talk to them? I said, go figure it out. And in no time, that language barrier was broken. It was a language of songs and dance that they were talking, a language of love, the language of compassion. Right? And that public speaking thing, it's just hitting my mind now. So there was this group of kids. So these schools are really small. 30, 40 children, one teacher, with serving the entire age group, say from 6 to 14 years. They're all in one class. You ask any kid, please stand up and tell little about you, your family, and what you want to do in life. You wouldn't believe those children in that remotest village, they did stand up and they did speak.
Wow.
This was a wow moment for us. Their confidence, it was there. We were just so amazed. And they had these dreams, As you were talking about child labor, right? Their day is not like ours. Theirs is a 12-hour day. So they have to. The young girl of 10 years age was cooking at her home while her mom was working at the field and taking care of the younger siblings. And I was like, how protective we are of our children, right? We don't let them operate our gas stove. Forget about, making wooden fire like that chula, if people know, right? The younger kids, you can't even imagine. So this was my daughter, she's soaking in all of this, right? She's like, everything was eye-opening for her. And you talk to these kids, what do you want to be in life? They had dreams. It's like one little girl, she said she wanted to be a nurse. And why do you want to be a nurse? She said there's no medical help available, right? And again, you said in the farms, they may get a cut or some injury or so on. There isn't anything available within miles. And there's no road, as we said, so someone wanted to be a cop, and the good thing was they still wanted to remain in their village and help out, and I think that's what ACLE promotes. If everyone starts moving to cities, we get slums and other unmanageable problems. So it was a beautiful experience, and everything they learned through dance and song, and they were just so happy coming to school, because the school was run at a time when it's convenient for them. They're finishing their chores and coming. So I wrote a few lines, and it's in Hindi. I'll translate for the kids, but the poetry is in Hindi. So it just felt that those children were saying something like this. तरन्नुम मैं भी छेड़ सकता हूँ, तरन्नुम मैं भी छेड़ सकता हूँ, तुम सांस हाथों में दे दो, हकीकत में बदल सकता हूँ, तुम ख्वाब आँखों में दे दो, सितारे भी तोड़ लाऊंगा, सितारे भी तोड़ लाऊंगा, तूफानों से भिड़ जाऊंगा, अंधेरा मैं मिटाऊंगा, तुम शिक्षा का चिराग हाथों में दे दो.
Beautiful.
That's all they were asking for. So kids, they're just saying that we also have dreams and we can fulfill them. We can fight the darkness if you just give me the lamp of education. So education is this one key thing which is going to change their lives. Right? Everything else, a one-time help, it doesn't go anywhere. You educate a person in a family, it gets passed on generation to generation. Right? So we start with basic education, introduce them to this. Then the kids are old enough to walk a couple of kilometers, go to the nearby school and continue. Right? So that's what ACLE does. And this experience of actually visiting a school, it was an experience of a lifetime. And imagine the cost of doing this. If I asked you, say one of the kids, how would you spend your dollar today? Anyone? What would you do with your dollar? Yeah?
I would donate it.
Donate. Wow.
Oh.
That's the sweetest answer, and I would tell you what you can do with it. Yes.
I would use it to create a school and then give education.
Wow, he's ahead of us. Perfect. So, ACLE is bringing this basic education for $1 a day. If we buy our Starbucks coffee,
$2.
Two, right?
$3.
I haven't had Starbucks coffee in a while. See?
Yeah.
So this is the best investment of your, dollar. The ROI on this, nothing like it. So 30 kids getting basic education for $1, imagine. So we can run a school with $365 for the entire year. And most of this goes to pay the teacher, who is again from the school. Outsider will not come and live in that remote place I described, right? They'll run away, maybe for a 2 weeks training or so on. So it has to be a villager who's trained and then paid. And that's how they sustain. It's a beautiful model. Over the years, the school starts the village starts investing in their school. They want to own it, right? So no more charity thing. That's the goal. So here, if you want to get involved, as Zayna mentioned, we do the ACLE Youth Leaders Program. You come up with ideas, we make small projects out of it. You extend your leadership opportunity that you talked about, right? You can then lead a project, we raise some money, we raise awareness in the end, right? So it's not just their life that we are improving. We are doing a good thing for the entire globe, right? In the end, it's this one place we all live in, and everyone needs to be happy, healthy, content, and that's going to help us too. Otherwise, we'll only add to more problems.
And educated.
Right? And education. And any problem you can solve only with education, right? War is never an answer, we know that. So, thank you so much for listening. If you can visit the village in India, June 11th, this time we have our ACLE annual event. It's a free event. A group of villagers are coming, and they are going to do a live show. So we get the opportunity to see how ACLE has touched their life, right? What their journey has been. And each one has an amazing story. And it's just a beautiful showcase of, if anyone gets an opportunity, the sky is the limit, right? Anyone can do anything. So please join us, see what this movement is about, and if you feel a connection, we can take it and make a difference. So, thank you so much.